Have you ever wanted to text a date but froze? Maybe you kept replaying how your last date went in your mind. Anxiety can show up in many ways. Even if you're not consciously aware of it, your body can react before your mind does. That happened to me when I forgot my coat on a date, a story I recounted in an earlier video, and I'll go over again briefly soon. Keep watching to find out what your nervous system is doing and one small reset you can use right away. Hi, I'm Michelle Troutman from MyJourneyToLove.com, where you don't need to fit in, just show up as you are on the path to true love. In trauma-informed therapy, overthinking or overanalyzing is called the watcher at the gate. This watcher is the brain's protective part, the prefrontal cortex, trying too hard to regain control after being knocked offline by a trigger. The watcher's job is to keep you in an analysis loop, shielding you from vulnerable feelings that recall past trauma. The anxious-avoidant attachment style is a perfect example of this loop. The watcher at the gate can manifest in two ways. The analyst. Anxiety makes you overanalyze everything to feel safe. The detacher. Avoidance leads you to withdraw into your safe mind to dodge the messy feeling of connection, which triggers fight or flight behavior, a push-pull dynamic. This pattern explains why the neuroception-driven freeze can look like losing interest, and the panic that follows resembles chasing. You might want, but fear intimacy. Attachment styles describe tendencies, not clinical diagnoses. Do you feel like you have a watcher at the gate? If so, which one are you? The analyst or the detacher? Let me know in the comments. Remember the reset I mentioned at the beginning? Here it is. The antidote is radical acceptance. Self-compassion is a biological necessity. Dr. Kristen Neff notes that being kinder to yourself activates your brain's internal caregiving system through oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This counteracts stress hormones, signaling safety to the nervous system. Taking a self-compassion break can stop the reflection paradox loop. In a brief self-compassion intervention, students' self-compassion scores rose 43%, with major reductions in depression, anxiety, stress, and emotional avoidance. The key to stopping the self-sabotage loop isn't more analysis, it's resetting the body's internal safety setting. Though some of it could have been due to predate nerves, the time I forgot my coat before a date arrived illustrates these concepts. In that story, I moved from tense alertness to quietly shutting down. Let's walk through the progression. Hypoarousal, the warm-up. My anxious dress rehearsal. When I was obsessing over perfection, getting ready, my nervous system was on alert, scanning for risks, the fight or flight state, though I wasn't aware that I perceived my lover as a threat. The trigger, the chill, stepping out into the cold, and the silent tension triggered a sense of danger in me. Functional freeze, the shutdown. My lack of attention or disassociation when I was primping, my suppression of the urge to get my coat, and submission to the situation, including my date's desire to block me from a coworker, were other signs of emotional numbness to protect me. Also, when I stayed silent, I experienced an insight action gap. I knew what to do, but my nervous system overrode my intention. This is why your mind goes blank on dates. In polyvagal terms, my body sensed danger before my mind, pulling me out of my window of tolerance into a freeze that blocked my usual responses. Low self-esteem also likely played a role. I've since become less concerned about what other people think and have learned to assert myself more. 1. It's not your fault. What feels like self-sabotage in relationships is often an automatic survival response. Your nervous system has learned that vulnerability equals danger. This push-pull dynamic defines the anxious-avoidant attachment style. 2. Your body reacts faster than your mind. Your subconscious safety scanner, neuroception, can trigger a protective functional freeze, emotional numbness, or send you into overthinking in relationships. This watcher at the gate fuels rather than resolves relationship anxiety. 3. Insight alone isn't enough. Understanding your patterns doesn't necessarily fix them. Healing requires self-compassion and regulating through safe connections with others. This is all easier to say than do. When you freeze when something startles you or when you overanalyze, you might think you're being dumb. But the first step toward healing is to stop judging and start accepting yourself as you are, a cornerstone of authentic dating. But you can heal while you're dating. One way is through self-compassion. Your body signals that your nervous system should quiet the watcher and open your window of tolerance and release your true self. When trauma responses no longer control your behavior, you stop attracting partners who like the act, not the real you. In my blog on this topic, you'll find advice on how to calm down when you're experiencing anxiety before and during a date from mental health and relationship experts like psychotherapist Larissa House and relationship coach John Kenny. The advice I've given in these videos is no substitute for a professional diagnosis. If you can't break the pattern of self-sabotage in relationships and need guidance, especially for processing trauma, seek help from a licensed mental health provider. When you stop pretending, you'll feel more present, free from the fear of anxiety of overthinking. And when you reach your essence or true self, you feel more like yourself. Wondering if you're dating in disguise? Discover if you're showing up as you are today. Take the Am I Dating in Disguise quiz. Get your answers and find out. The middle 3 questions cover the 3 themes discussed in this blog. The link to the blog and the quiz are in the comments section. And tell me in the comments, have you ever felt like you've overanalyzed situations or pulled away on dates just to feel safe? If this resonated with you, please share to spread the word. Like and subscribe for the next video. Thank you so much for watching.